bring out the real you. You are not kept in that shell. It brings you out, you pop out, and then later the world can be able to see the real you.
The way we live and act on this planet today are neither efficient nor sustainable, and there is an urgent need to find new ways of operating. Social entrepreneurship is about socially innovative initiatives with the main purpose not to create economical profit, but rather social or environmental values. Social entrepreneurs dare to find new paths through challenges. They are people who act instead of talk. On a little hill in Uganda, in the village of Mpigi, a new model of education is taking place.
I came to Uganda 11 years ago as a volunteer in an orphanage, and that started my journey that brought me back to Uganda, and now since 4 years I'm here permanently. The basic problem that we wanted to address in the beginning was we had sponsored youth for about 6 or 7 years throughout high school that couldn't sustain themselves. They need to create a place where they can create their own jobs or their own businesses. And then not just any business, but at least something as well that is environmentally and socially friendly. And later we learned more about social businesses, and it became part of a concept to really focus on creating businesses that actually solve problems in the community or in the environment. We sat together and came up with ideas, what can we do to tackle the challenge of unemployment, and created the first ideas of the Social Innovation Academy, and then started to implement it together from 2014 onwards. We recruited facilitators in the beginning and set up a space together, built our houses out of bottles together, and then the journey was always we do everything together.
SINA's main aim is to create employment and reduce unemployment in Uganda, so that for us we become job creators instead of going around and looking for jobs.
SINA is a self-organized environment. It's a community of around 60 people. We all come from different backgrounds, we of different ages.
I call it a magical place where we as scholars, it gathers marginalized youth from different backgrounds, and they empower us through coaching, through mentoring, and through the different stages that SINA has that take us through. They empower us to come up with ideas to turn our problems, our passions into opportunities.
So the businesses practically leave the academy, or the NGOs leave the academy when they're self-sustainable, really restricting them to, how can I say, to bend anyhow their reality, to motivate them to stand on their own feet.
Yeah, we are looking at turning the two challenges into opportunities.
We have dreams, we have goals. It's a community that is fully run on responsibility, and we are governed by holacracy.
One of the basic philosophies, which I call the responsible approach, freedom and responsibility combined, that the scholars learn through taking up responsibilities, through hands-on doing something and failing and learning through mistakes in a safe environment.
You're free to do everything, and you're responsible for everything.
Well, holacracy is already an established concept. It is a management tool that distributes authority.
You come in the entrance, you become the boss. When a person asks you, who is the boss here, you are right to say, I am the boss.
How leadership comes in is through election. We have learning groups. One learning groups, there is the foundation, there is logistics, there is the community, and then there is sustainability. So in those 4 learning groups, we have got lead links. So in one of the learning group, one person is elected to be a leader of the learning group. That's one of the criteria of becoming a leader.
Everybody has small pieces of SINA that they actually lead, and this helps them to become leaders, so that they also know how to work together, how to cooperate, how to empower each other. And we do this through yeah, basically getting our hands dirty and just doing it, not just talking about it, but sometimes maybe even throwing scholars kind of in the cold water. Now this is yours, lead it, make something out of it. Sometimes they don't know what to do, but they will learn.
It's not at school. When you're at SINA, it's not a school, but it's just a community where everyone can learn from each other.
If people want to start their own enterprise or their own business, well, they need to start to lead in small aspects, which means when they're taking over responsibility, they will also need to include other people in teams. Well, they need to get work done. So for us, leadership starts, I think, in daily work.
Yeah, we have a self-organized model, meaning that we have now close to 200 different roles within SINA, and the scholars can, and also the mentors and coaches have roles where somebody gets a piece of SINA and can lead it. Actually, it's theirs. They need to make autonomous decision in this area, but the group defines together which areas are needed and which roles are needed and what they need to do. But then how they do it is up to the individual person.
We always have feedback sessions where we all gather, we sit in our highlands, and everyone can come and give you feedback about your personal development, about your project, about your roles, and that's where you know what you're doing right and what you need to change.
Now it's a collective intelligence that everybody can drive something, can find what they think we can improve in the concept and bring the ideas in. And then you have now 70 people that can expand the ideas and improve it all the time. Now it's a whole community of 70 people driving it forward.
Value creation is one of the key aspects of social entrepreneurship. A social entrepreneur creates a positive change and benefits for others, sometimes leading to far-reaching spin-off effects.
SINA has helped me more to discover myself, the in-depth, my ability, and how I can use my ability to transform the lives and make a difference in the lives of other people. In this, I've gotten more opportunities from SINA.
What I've realized, if at all they get something new, we, the neighbors, we are the first people to acquire, to gain from them.
Well, the impact in the surrounding community around SINA and MPG now is really great, that most people know about us and they really like what we do. In the bigger sense of Uganda, the impact now has reached probably more than 200,000 people that somehow we have impacted. Us Without Shame alone has impacted more than 100,000 people because of the questions they're answering via mobile when it comes to sexuality. And some of the stories are really that we have saved lives. Also, the Gifted Hands Network had outreaches of thousands of students, and the Geja Women Foundation as well, going around and helping girls to not be ashamed about menstruation, but to be comfortable and can speak openly about it. And yeah, many small products, and also the visitors who come and visit us here and get inspired through the upcycling that we do.
Doing such a thing this year, they did this and that, but there are so many activities, and it has helped us socially and a bit economically.
So therefore, this is all coming from SINA. The network, the opportunities, the links we get make us to discover who we are and how we can transform the whole world at large, not only Uganda, not only Africa, because these problems are cutting across all nations.
We're working hard to become a social enterprise ourselves through revenue that we generate ourselves. And there's different revenue channels that we have. One is through kind of social businesses within SINA. One is the village where we accommodate guests. And there's other income generating or projects or businesses that the scholars also run, and that gives them experiences. That is one part. Then the businesses that go out that are having shares. We get a small percentage in the business as shares. So that brings them back profits over the long run back to SINA as well, which we use to sustain ourselves. And we're working on accepting as well international students. They would then pay as well, and the money would subsidize the scholars that cannot pay for the program.
We're looking at how we can make the environment unique in a social aspect, whereby you're creating impact on the lives of people. Not only that, but also you're looking at the sustainability part of it. But the social aspect is the most important. Though you're looking at money, because we believe money, you're looking at money, but how are you supporting the community? So support the community and money comes automatically.
The most important aspect of SINA is its culture that we need to preserve, and we always work on the culture that goes with collaboration, that is really helping each other to unleash their potentials, to find their vision, what they want to do in life, and then set steps to get there. And not just telling people what to do, but actually making them hungry for wanting to do something by themselves and teaching them how to teach themselves. Well, my goal is to really empower others to follow their dreams, to discover what is the purpose, maybe why they're here on this earth.
It's clear that SINA is operated with all aspects of the triple bottom line in mind: ecological, social and economic sustainability. The values we've seen SINA create includes knowledge and technology, financial and social security, and personal empowerment in various ways.
Once you're a SINA member, you're always a SINA member. However much you are outside, really running your business, SINA will always be with you.
I'm seeing SINA to be a center of empowerment that would empower people from all countries in the world. I have big dreams for SINA, and I know we are going to achieve a lot. And